Coming up on NCC News, a look into Fairfield Theater Company and how social media brought together twins. You won't want to miss NCC News. See you in 2. Hello, I'm Chris Orvez.
And I'm Nat Sandberg. Today on NCC News, we look at an art center with a rich tradition.
Right here in Norwalk, the Center for Contemporary Printmaking has supported and encouraged serious emerging and professional artists in the creation of original prints. They educate the community to get a better understanding and appreciation for prints and the process of making. It offers both an historic contemporary view of printmaking, encouraging traditional techniques as well as modern technologies. We visited Christopher Shore, who told us more about the center and gave us a tour.
Center for Contemporary Printmaking was founded here in Norwalk in 1995 by Grace Shanley. The mission of the center is to promote the art of the print through workshops, exhibitions, private tutorials, and available for members to come in and work independently. We have a very strong educational mission as well as outreach to the community. And through our workshops, our gallery, and our printing, we really touch all ends of printmaking. We offer workshops for artists of all levels, whether they're second graders all the way up to professional artists late in their career. We really cater to all interested parties. A very large portion of our membership comes from the local area within a half hour up to an hour, but we also have artists in residence come from all over the world. We have someone coming from New Zealand to take a workshop next week, and we also have exhibitions of work from every country you can imagine in our international exhibitions. Japan, Australia, all throughout Europe, China. We pretty much hit every continent. Yes, the center is a 401c3 nonprofit organization. Monathon is our biggest annual fundraiser. There's sort of two big components of it. The first is artists pay to come in and do a session, a 5-hour session with a master printer. And they produce as many prints as they can, whether it's monotypes or monoprints. At the end of that printing session, we choose a piece to go into our silent auction. We also have an outreach component with children for ages 11 to 18. Then the culmination of the whole event is a live auction and party where all of the silent auction pieces created by the artists and a group of very well-known artists exhibit in the live auction. And we have a big party, sell everything, and it's a really, really great time.
Since the Carter administration in the late 70s, the U.S. and Iran have had many conflicts and disagreements. Tensions may have been growing for many years. We look at one event which added more strain on the relationship between these two countries. The footage of the Iranian version of a U.S. drone, which was brought down 3 years ago and later reverse designed by Iranian experts, has been released. Iran recently put into operation a final version of the sophisticated U.S. RQ-170 stealth aircraft, which was downed with minimal damage by the Iranian Armed Forces Electronic Warfare Unit in December 2011, while flying over the Iranian city of Kashmir, some 225 kilometers or 140 miles from the Afghan border. The domestically produced version of the unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, made a successful maiden flight a few days ago, the footage of which has just been released. At the time, when the American drone was captured, U.S. military officials tried to play down the incident, saying Iran did not have the technology to decipher the data stored on the UAV. However, the aircraft was successfully reverse engineered by IRGC experts in about 2 years. In May, the Islamic Republic of Iran unveiled a copy of the American UAV originally designed and developed by the Lockheed Martin Company. The drone is one of the United States' most advanced spy aircraft, and its loss is considered a major embarrassment for Washington. In recent years, Iran has made major breakthroughs in its defense sector and attained self-sufficiency in producing important military equipment and systems.
President Obama is in China for the APEC summit. Cybersecurity, human rights, and climate change are all areas where China and the U.S. don't see eye to eye. But as David McKenzie reports, if it was up to teenagers, there could be some hope for the future.
The morning rush to school in Beijing, except this school is packed with teens from across America. Juniors and seniors spending a full year abroad in China.
Was it very challenging?
In the beginning, it was extremely challenging.
Arlington, Virginia native Anthony Box is here to master Mandarin, Chinese history, and even music. Though the two-stringed erhu is pretty tricky.
The School Year Abroad program allows American students to come to China and be totally immersed in the culture, but also, in a way, it's teenage diplomacy.
Both the US and China hope that human interaction and understanding can help their sometimes frosty relationship. And at 17, Anthony already gets it.
We're the newer generation, so when we get older, we're going to have to deal with all these problems and stuff, and so it'd be really great for us to experience the world so we know what we have to deal with.
Anthony says he learns more outside of the classroom, where he commutes just like any other Beijinger.
Bing's kind of like a pancake, but without all of the other ingredients like syrup and sugar.
Okay, so this is your after-school snack?
Yes.
And is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I really like it.
He lives with a Chinese family and calls his Chinese host mother Mom. Before joining the program, Wan Zhang had never spent much time with Americans. Now she's hosted 3. This is close personal interaction, she says. These boys have become like my own children. Anthony's life will be all about China for a year. But he hopes to carry the lessons he's learned for a lifetime.
With a loud roar from NASCAR driver Scott Lagasse's number 33, Boy Scouts in the Miami-Dade area had the thrill of a lifetime with free rides. The event was sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation's Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow program and the Boy Scouts of America. Alert Today Florida was present at the event, raising awareness and promoting traffic safety for pedestrians and cyclists. Lagasse and Alert Today teamed up to promote safety while delivering the Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow message to fellow Floridians.
The Fairfield Theater Company is a non-profit center for the arts and culture located in the heart of downtown Fairfield. They've dedicated to bring live entertainment and support the community of musicians, actors, fans, and supporters. NCC News recently stopped by to hear more.
Originally being started at Fairfield University with over 40,000 patrons a year, Fairfield Theater Company has paved the way for many performers and musicians alike.
The theater company started 11 years ago, and originally it was actually a theater company doing theatrical productions, and after a couple of seasons of that, someone had the idea of booking a live band and doing live music, and that sort of set the pace for the future. Today, we produce about 200 concerts a year here at FTC Stage 1, also the Klein Auditorium and Norwalk Concert Hall. One of the interesting things coming up, first of all, the music tonight, Average White Band. We've got a ton of great shows coming up. Leon Russell's coming, Dr. John's coming to the Norwalk Concert Hall. Citizen Cope's coming back next early spring sometime. So the list goes on and on. As I said, we do about 200 concerts a year, and that's never ending. One really exciting thing is we're getting ready to build a second venue on the property here in our warehouse. It's going to be called the Warehouse at FTC. The current venue, Stage 1, has about 225 seats. The new venue will have 640 seats. And we also do shows, as I said, at the Klein Auditorium, which is 1,400 seats, and at the Norwalk Concert Hall, which is 1,000 seats. So really, we're all excited about that. The whole community is excited about having a great new venue right here in the heart of downtown Fairfield. Most of the shows that we do out of the 200 concerts that we produce are here at Stage 1 in Fairfield. We do about 165 to 170 shows here. Then the Klein Auditorium in Bridgeport, we do 10 to 12 shows a year. The Norwalk Concert Hall, we do 10 to 12 shows a year. And the Warehouse at FTC, which has just started construction, a year from now we'll be doing shows. I expect we'll be doing 40 to 50 shows a year easily there. FTC benefits the community in a variety of ways. First of all, by bringing art, music, theater, film, culture, all of these things. I'm seated in an art gallery here, so all of these things I say would enrich the lives of the community, the quality of life, but also there's economic value. There's some research that suggests that for every patron that comes to a performance or show at a venue like FTC will spend $30 plus or minus in surrounding businesses. We have about 50,000 patrons a year, so that's about $1.5 million in economic benefit to the bars, restaurants, and other businesses that surround us. So a tremendous amount of benefit, both economic as well as aesthetic benefit to the community. Or is our signature event that we started 3 years ago. This is the third year. It's actually happening this Saturday, November 8th. And it is a gala where we come together to celebrate the year, all the things that we've done and the things that are coming up, as well as honoring some people. This year we're honoring Chris and Tina, who founded Talking Heads, as our Artists of the Year. They live in Fairfield and they're fans of FTC and great friends. We're also honoring Brody Wilkinson, which is a law firm that's done a great amount of support for the arts here. So it's a time to come together and celebrate. The theme for this year, we're talking about the Warehouse, which is a new venue we're building. We're hoping to generate economic support, as well as this is kind of our unveiling to the community of our plans. It's been an exciting time.
Young man, where do you think you've been to this time? Do you have a name?
After these messages coming up on NCC News, we'll look at some crafty works in the hallways.
And we'll continue our salute to those who have served our country. You're watching NCC News. Interested in the arts at NCC? Well, Professor Joe Fusigda just might be the person to talk to.
Was to the students using duct tape and newspaper. They had to create a structure that would contain them, which is a pretty kind of wide interpretation. The class was assigned the location, which was here. They had to come over here and figure out what they wanted to do, what the design was as a group of 22. Then they came back, we talked about it, reduced the ideas. They came up with the idea of a dragon. On Tuesday was a work day where they had to get all their stuff together in terms of what they were going to do, finalize things, and then today is the construction day. They have until from 1 to 4 o'clock, which is our class time, to construct the piece. And basically, you know, it's a site-specific installation type sculpture. It creates a strong sense of community, teamwork, which really I think helps the class to kind of connect for the rest of the semester.
A lot of ideas, and we decided to create a dragon, a huge dragon with baby eggs. Those are the eggs over there. Okay. And right now what we're doing is that you can see a lot of green stuff, like you said, a lot of green stuff with newspaper. Those are actually the scales. And we're all working together to make it just become this huge thing that can actually contain the entire class.
One can argue that every day should be Veterans Day. We had a chance recently to sit down with one of our own. Serving in the Army, NCC student Jeff Edelstein, who saw time in Afghanistan, shared his story with us.
I served for a total of 4 years, 2 months, and 23 days. Yes, our job was combat. We were airborne infantry. We were in the middle of Taliban country, so yes, I saw a lot of combat. The Army was the only branch of the military I was guaranteed to jump out of airplanes in and do a lot of cool stuff. The rest of them, not so much. It could have gone either way. And 13, and I was deployed in Wardak Province, Afghanistan from December 2009 to November 2010. Yeah, in some aspects, but I was looking forward to it at the end. There was a lot of work. There was a lot of things I wanted to do, so that was... yes, I made a lot of lifelong friends I still keep in very good touch with, and I'm actually going over to Thanksgiving at my old sergeant's house. So. I mean, everything from shooting guns that nobody else would be able to do, jumping out of planes and doing missions that nobody else would do, but at the end of the day, it's cliche, but yeah, it's just the friends you make in the military. It's the hardest job that I'll ever have, but I think the hardest part for me was waking up early as hell. Like, there's every day, 4 o'clock, 4:30, it's a nightmare. I mean, it's a difficult question. I know my dad struggled with it. He was in the military, and when I joined, he was very conflicted. But if I did, I hope he didn't take my job. But my job was the worst, but I think if he really wanted to, or she really wanted to, then I think I'd be upset, but I think I'd be all right.
Imagine being on Facebook and seeing someone who looks exactly like you. What would you do? What would you think? Well, 2 girls actually had that experience, and Kelly Wallace met up with them.
On February 21st, 2013, I got a message on Facebook from a girl in London. It said she had seen me in a YouTube video, and then after looking my name up online, saw that we were both adopted and born on the same day, in the same city. When I saw her profile, I mean, it was crazy. She looked just like me.
Describe that moment for us when you see each other for the first time.
Oh, so I was really nervous. Sam was very late for our Skype call. I had been waiting. It was really late at night. And I get super excited and super freaked out, and I don't know what am I going to tell her? What are we going to talk about? Maybe she's going to look very different. Then she calls in, and instantly, I guess we bonded after 1 minute.
Oh my God, wait. Oh, you're all blurry.
Oh, sorry, my connection is really bad.
Oh my God, you're European!
Another amazing part of the story, right? I mean, similar expressions, you said similar laughs.
We hate cooked carrots.
I heard! What's up with cooked carrots? You do not like them.
I don't know. Raw carrots are cool. Our nail polish is always very similar or the same. Haircuts.
Well, that's it also. Looking at your baby pictures, you have like the same haircuts. That's amazing, right? What did you think when you saw that you looked identical, even as babies, raised in 2 different parts of the world?
It was like that holy moment, you're like, oh my gosh.
This is weird. Right?
Yeah. And that was the moment my parents knew that we were twins. It was the baby pictures that did it, I think.
Do you ever think about if you were living at a time when there was no social media, you probably would not have reunited?
10 years ago, this wouldn't have been possible at all.
Don't look upset about it.
How do you process that?
Everything just is meant to be. It's meant to happen. So, and when an event occurs, it opens a door and a pathway to something new to happen.
Yeah, it felt like, I was abandoned, and I just realized that people love me a lot, like a long time before.
Do either of you have a desire to follow the journey of finding your birth mother and connecting with her?
Finding our birth mother is a difficult topic. She wasn't necessarily as warm to us as we had hoped for, but if we've learned anything in this story, it's that things will happen as they should. And if one day she wants to reach out to us, then we're here and we're willing and we're ready.
How often do you connect now? Are you talking all day? How do you connect now?
Every day.
Every second.
All day. Basically, I wake up to 20 text messages. What are you doing? I'm on my way to work. It's cold out. My shoe broke. Anything. It's just completely arbitrary things that happen during the day. We're not worried about being separated again. We know we'll never let it happen.
Life is a game to some, But when a grandmother got a diagnosis for cancer, she fought back by putting on her game face.
Terry Bolt was born and raised in the Valley.
Went to Foothill High School, Bakersfield College, Cal State Bakersfield. I was the first graduating class in Cal State Bakersfield. That's how long ago it was.
It was here where she was first diagnosed.
Neuroendocrine carcinoma. Because, you know, that's really rare. It was real obvious he had no idea what it was.
He gave her a few months to live.
My grandmother passed away from cancer, and you can't talk about it in my family. You can't say the C word in our household without everyone crumbling, because cancer used to be this thing where you get it, you're dead.
Bolt says thankfully her friend told her to get a second opinion.
They ended up taking 15 pounds of tumor out, and the surgery itself took 16 hours.
A battle followed by a slow recovery, but instead of giving up, Terry got in the game.
That's what's nice about gaming, is when things have got you down, you can go into this completely new world.
Games don't just provide an escape.
Studies show playing video games can improve brain power, and if they meet certain standards, they help with short-term memory and multitasking as you age.
For Bolt, it was more an emotional release.
This game is somewhere where she can do that. She can say what she needs to say, and people can care about her, but without her having to fall to pieces.
Terry's daughter saw how unique her story is and decided to make a documentary.
I'm going to be telling a story. I'm going to be shining this light on the gaming community, and also I'm going to raise mad awareness for neuroendocrine carcinoids. 90% of the people with NET get misdiagnosed.
She is fundraising through Kickstarter, and with the help of the cinematic community is hoping to do it justice.
The thing that she's excited about this movie is it's not like she got neuroendocrine tumors for nothing.
Cassie Carlisle, 23, ABC.
'Twas the end of an era of sorts. September 30th, those who needed to light up took their last puffs on campus. The college has banned tobacco from all campus areas, including some of those previously hallowed grounds where people would get together and enjoy some talk and cigs. Smoking is now on the sidewalks only. As the song says, smoking ain't allowed in school. What puffery for that. And for NCC News, I'm Nat Sandberg.
And I'm Chris Orvez. Thank you for your time and a good night.
Next time on NCC News, join Leroy Moore and the NCC News team as we look at the Hunger Games that have come to our campus as NCC fights food insecurity. Plus, we will salute one of our veterans, those that have defended our country. Thanks for watching. This is NCC News.